My name is Batul. I'm a fourth year anatomic and clinical pathology resident at the University of Michigan. I am also currently serving as the chief resident for the 2022-2023 academic year. So coming into pathology, my areas of interest were more skewed towards surgical pathology and anatomic pathology. And it wasn't until halfway or towards the end of my first year that I realized that also autopsy and forensics were an additional interest that I did not entertain previously. And I'm going to be going and pursuing a forensic pathology career, starting with a forensic pathology fellowship at the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
My name is David Nye. I'm a fourth year resident in clinical pathology. My areas of interest are hematopathology and transfusion medicine and blood banking. After I leave Michigan Medicine, I'm going to be doing 1 year of fellowship in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, at the Medical College in Wisconsin in heme, and then 1 year at the University of Iowa in transfusion medicine.
My name is Justin Kelley, and I am a hematopathology fellow here at Michigan Medicine. After my training, I will begin my position at Vanderbilt University, and I'm so excited to join their faculty.
I'm Nada Nair, and I was the transfusion medicine fellow this year. So I guess what got me interested first was just doing a rotation in the blood bank my second year of residency. And since then, I kind of knew that this was the best fit within pathology for me. I enjoy the patient interaction, the lab workups, and the administrative component, so it was a good trifecta for me.
Cisley Hines. I'm currently a head and neck fellow, and I was previously a surgical pathology fellow. So I'm going to be going to East Carolina University Health System in Greenville, North Carolina. So I'll be their head and neck specialist, and I do a little bit of generalist work too. I got into the surgical pathology fellowships and I just really, really loved them. So I switched over to general surgical pathology.
My name is Ashley Bradt. I am currently one of the cytopathology fellows. Last year I was a surgical pathology fellow, and then before that I was a resident. I'm going to Traverse City to join a private group out of the Munson Health System. So I'm more of a general pathologist. There's things I like and I don't like about every subspecialty.
My name is Alex Taylor. I am the Gynecologic and Breast Pathology Fellow for the year 2022 to 2023. I was the Genitourinary Pathology Fellow from 2021 to 2022, and then I spent 4 years in residency here leading up to. I think it felt right for me, but also there's just, I don't know. I think I started out here very interested in doing kind of research and teaching and things, and those were the best avenues for me to take care of those aspirations. Where I'm going next is I'm joining a practice in Columbia, Missouri, which is where I grew up, to be a pathologist for that community.
It's funny, I always tell this story to people. When I started as a first year, so my role as chief resident is I make the schedule for the junior and this other my fellow senior residents, and my request to my chief at the time was to put my autopsy rotations in the beginning because I wanted to kind of finish them and quote, get them over with. And then I finished my 8 weeks of autopsy and I was like, oh my goodness, I actually really, really like this. And one of my mentors in the department was like, you should explore, other specialties, and if you don't enjoy them as much as forensics, maybe that's a sign that this is your career path. And like she told me, I, would go to sign out, I would go to other, subspecialties I would rotate through, but nothing made me feel more like I belong than my experience on the autopsy service and rotation.
In general, I feel like my favorite experience during residency has been like the get-togethers that all the residents have had. I'm on the wellness committee, so I helped plan some of them. But I mean, in my first year, we had a lot of game nights. Then COVID happened, and there was social isolation. But when we were able to, get out more, we've had whirly ball with wiffle balls, and it's played on a basketball court. It's fun. We had a pool party once. We had the summer before residency began, there was a pig roast.
My favorite memory experience here at Michigan Medicine is what seems very cliche, and I remember seeing in the videos when I was even looking at Michigan Medicine for a residency, and it truly turned out to be the people. This is the first place I have truly felt at home, truly felt comfortable, welcome, can be myself with not just the residents and the fellows, but even the faculty and staff.
Being able to work with all the different people that I've worked with has been amazing. I think it's a combination. The attendings, I love all of them. The residents have all been absolutely fantastic. The staff, the nurses, the blood bank, everyone. CTL has just been an amazing, I think it's the people that have really made the biggest difference. It's just been enjoyable to work with all of them.
Before the pandemic, having the farewell dinners was always nice to commemorate the fellows and residents that were graduating. That was always a really nice thing. And then also getting to meet some of the new residents and new fellows at the barbecues during the summer right after they start was also one really nice.
Before COVID, we used to have a lot of resident hangouts, and one of the residents who was a year ahead of me, he was very Greek, and so every year for Easter he would host a lamb roast at his house. Literally an entire lamb would be roasting in the backyard, and everyone would come and hang out, bring their kids, bring their dogs. It was so much fun.
In general, I think my favorite experiences are some of the relationships I have with the people here. I think that, we work hard here, and because of that, you have, the hardships kind of bring out either the best or the worst in people, and you really do get to see the best in people and see who has your back. You get tested in your ability to have other people's back. And I think that's a big thing. I think another thing that I'm proud of kind of while we were here was while I was a resident, we made a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee for the residents, trying to kind of promote a little bit more DEI values in the process of recruitment, but also just in how trainees are treated in the department. And I think that was a nice way to feel like we were creating something from scratch, which, I think as a trainee, sometimes you're not able to think of yourself as, oh, I actually am a doctor. You view yourself as low in the totem pole, but sometimes you have the ability to kind of impact things yourself, and that's really important to learn how to do.
I'd say come into this field with an open mind. I know, we all think that we like something particularly more than something else, but if you come into pathology with an open mind, maybe you'll end up liking something and appreciating a subspecialty that you never thought that you were going to like or pursue.
I would say, if I just had to say one thing, take the suggestions that people give you, listen to the feedback that people give you and apply it, because it really bums people when you ask for their feedback and then you don't do it. Also, cultivate good relations with your attendings.
You're going to get such wonderful training and experience here. You're going to be set.
Keep doing what you've been doing. Soak up as much information as you can. It's never enough, and there will always be lifelong learning going forward too. I feel like we wait for this point after all this training to be ready to step out, and then it's like, wait, it's my turn to do this on my own. But as the others, the attendings, and everyone older has said, we are capable. But really, during the time, enjoy it and learn as much as you can. For
the incoming residents, I would say just be really open-minded. go with the flow, go with the process. It's going to feel like you don't know very much at first, but I promise you, being here, there's so much to learn. By the time you're done, you will definitely be a competent pathologist.
What I would say is most important to me, just set up the boundaries, take care of yourself, and then learn as much as you can.
I think it's just important to be an advocate for yourself. So if you can be an advocate for yourself and your time and your family, your mental health, your physical health, I think learning how to speak up for yourself and kind of craft your own pathway through these training programs is actually a really important experience for you to learn how to be a professional and learn how to exhibit leadership. I mean, it kind of starts with yourself.